Dear children, welcome to this channel. In this video, we are going to see the remaining 4 properties of inverse trigonometric functions. Already I have explained the first 6 set of properties in the previous videos. So, let us see the remaining 4 set of properties in this video. 7th set of property. So, what are the identities in this property? First one is 2 tan inverse of x is equal to tan inverse of 2x by 1 minus x squared, where modulus of x is less than 1. And then second identity is 2 tan inverse of x is equal to cos inverse of 1 minus x squared by 1 plus x squared, where x is greater than or equal to 0. And the third identity is 2 tan inverse of x is equal to sin inverse of 2x by 1 plus x squared, where modulus of x is less than or equal to 1. Let us prove this, okay. So, to start with, let us prove the first one. By the 6th set of property, we have one identity as tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is equal to tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus xy, where xy is less than 1. This is one identity in the sixth set of property. So, we are going to use this to prove the first one, okay. So, by taking this one, let us take y as x, okay. So, what happened? xy less than 1 implies x squared is less than 1. So, this implies that x belongs to, that means minus 1 to 1. That means that x squared is less than 1 means x lies between minus 1 and 1. So, x belongs to closed interval minus 1 comma 1, okay. Now, or we can write that this as modulus of x is less than 1, okay. So, as x belongs to minus 1 comma 1, we can also say that modulus of x is less than 1. Now, what happened to the left hand side? If we take y as x, it will become tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of x. That is nothing but 2 times tan inverse of x. Now, right hand side is tan inverse of x plus x divided by 1 minus x squared. That is nothing but tan inverse of 2x by 1 minus x squared. Therefore, as LHS and RHS are equal, we have 2 tan inverse of x is equal to tan inverse of 2x by 1 minus x squared, provided modulus of x is less than 1. So, we have proved the first identity in this set of property, okay. The second identity in this set of property is 2 tan inverse of x is equal to cos inverse of 1 minus x squared by 1 plus x squared, where x greater than or equal to 0. So, to prove this, let us take tan inverse of x is equal to theta. So, this implies that x is equal to tan theta by definition, right. Now, as x is greater than or equal to 0, x is nothing but tan theta. So, tan theta is greater than or equal to 0. That means that tan theta is positive. So, for what angle tan theta is positive means the angles in the first quadrant and the third quadrant. But for the principal domain, for tan, theta should lies in the first and the fourth. So, here this implies that theta belongs to the first quadrant, okay. So, what is the first quadrant means? It belongs to the interval 0 to pi by 2, okay. Open interval 0 to pi by 2. Now, you know that cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus tan squared theta divided by 1 plus tan squared theta. So, this is a formula for multiple angle 2 theta, right. So, cos 2 theta is equal to, now replacing tan theta by x, we have 1 minus x squared divided by 1 plus x squared. And hence 2 theta is equal to cos inverse of 1 minus x squared by 1 plus x squared. So, for cos inverse is equal to 2 theta means theta, for cos inverse theta should belongs to the first quadrant as well as the second quadrant. Here theta belongs to 0 to pi by 2 means it satisfies that it belongs to the first quadrant. and hence cos inverse of 1 minus x squared by 1 plus x squared equal to 2 theta is well defined. Therefore, we can replace theta as tan inverse of x, and hence we have 2 tan inverse of x is equal to cos inverse of 1 minus x squared by 1 plus x squared, provided x is positive, x is greater than or equal to 0. Similarly, we can prove the third result. Okay. Similarly, we can prove the third result by taking the sin 2 theta formula. Prove the third subdivision. Okay, we can prove the subdivision by taking sin 2 theta is equal to 2 tan theta divided by 1 plus tan squared theta. Okay, the same pattern. Instead of cos 2 theta, we have to take the sin 2 theta in order to prove the third one. Next, property number 8. So, in this property, in this set of property, we have two identities. The first identity is sin inverse of 2x into root of 1 minus x squared is equal to 2 times sin inverse of x if modulus of x is less than or equal to 1 by root 2. So, this also can be written as, that means that x lies between minus 1 by root 2 to plus 1 by root 2. That is the meaning for modulus of x is less than or equal to 1 by root 2. And second identity is sin inverse of 2x into root of 1 minus x squared is also equal to 2 times cos inverse of x only if x lies between 1 by root 2 and 1. Okay. So, if this condition holds, we have 2 cos inverse of x, and if this condition holds, we have 2 sin inverse of x. So, let us prove this. So, let us prove the first identity. So, to prove this, let us take sin inverse of x is equal to theta. So, by definition, we have x is equal to sin theta, right. You know that sin inverse means its domain must be minus 1 to 1 and range is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, okay, pi by 2 to pi by 2. And here to define the sin inverse of x to be well defined means x should belongs to minus 1 comma 1. Here given that x belongs to the closed interval minus 1 by root 2 to 1 by root 2, okay. So, x belongs to the closed interval minus 1 by root 2 to 1 by root 2. This is nothing but a subset of the closed interval minus 1 comma 1. So, as x belongs to this closed interval minus 1 comma 1, clearly sin inverse of x is well defined, and therefore, this implies that theta should belongs to the closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay. So, x is equal to the sin theta by definition of inverse, right. Now, as theta belongs to the closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, that means that theta belongs to the first quadrant and fourth quadrant. In first and fourth quadrant, cos is positive. So, this implies that cos theta is greater than 0, positive. As cos theta is positive, we can write cos theta as 1 minus sin squared theta. Cos theta is equal to root of 1 minus sin squared theta as cos theta is positive. Now, replacing sin theta by x, we have cos theta as 1 minus x squared, and also you have sin 2 theta as 2 sin theta into cos theta. Now, replace sin theta and cos theta in terms of x. So, what you will have 2 into x into root of 1 minus x squared, or 2 theta is equal to sin inverse of 2x into root of 1 minus x squared. And moreover, to define sin inverse of x, this theta should belongs to the quadrant minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Here theta belongs to the same quadrant, therefore, it is well defined. Therefore, we can replace theta by sin inverse of x, and hence sin inverse of 2x into root of 1 minus x squared is equal to 2 sin inverse of x. Okay, hence the proof. And under what condition we have proved that? Under the condition that modulus of x is less than or equal to 1 by root 2. Now, let us prove the second identity. To prove the second identity, let us take cos inverse of x to be theta. Okay. So, by definition, we have x is equal to cos theta. You know that cos inverse, to define cos inverse, its domain should be minus 1 comma 1 and range is 0 to pi, closed interval 0 to pi. Now, here x belongs to, given that x belongs to 1 by root 2 to 1, closed interval 1 by root 2 to 1. Okay. So, x belongs to 1 by root 2 to 1. Okay. But this is also a subset of minus 1 comma 1. So, clearly we can define, that is x belongs to the domain minus 1 comma 1, and this implies that theta should belongs to the closed interval 0 to pi. That means theta may lie in the either in the first quadrant or in the second quadrant. Okay. So this implies that sin theta is positive because theta lies in the first and second, both in first and second quadrant sin theta is positive. So sin theta is greater than 0. Therefore, we can take sin theta as root of 1 minus cos squared theta. Replacing cos theta by x, we have sin theta as root of 1 minus x square. Again, using the same formula, sin 2 theta, we have sin 2 theta is equal to 2 sin theta into cos theta. Expressing this in terms of x, we have 2 into cos theta is x and sin theta is root of 1 minus x squared. So, we have 2x into root of 1 minus x squared, and hence 2 theta is equal to sin inverse of 2x into root of 1 minus x squared. Okay. Then to define that sin inverse, theta should belongs to, theta is cos inverse and theta should belongs to the closed interval 0 to pi. So, clearly theta belongs to 0 to pi. Therefore, it is well defined. Therefore, we can replace theta by cos inverse of x, and hence sin inverse of 2x into root of 1 minus x squared is equal to 2 cos inverse of x, provided 1 by root 2 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 1, and hence the proof. Do you understand this? Next, property number 9. Set of, this is another set of property. It has 6 identities, and what are they? First one is sin inverse of x is equal to cos inverse of root of 1 minus x squared if x lies between 0 to 1. And also sin inverse of x is equal to minus cos inverse of root of 1 minus x squared if x lies between minus 1 to 0. And sin inverse of x is equal to tan inverse of x by root of 1 minus x squared if x lies between minus 1 to 1, that is x in the open interval minus 1 to 1. There closed interval, and here it lies in the open interval, right. Then fourth identity is cos inverse of x is equal to sin inverse of root of 1 minus x squared, where x belongs to the closed interval 0 to 1. And also cos inverse of x is equal to pi minus sin inverse of root of 1 minus x squared if x belongs to the closed interval minus 1 comma 0. And tan inverse of x is equal to sin inverse of x by root of 1 plus x squared or cos inverse of 1 by root of 1 plus x squared, provided x greater than or equal to 0. Okay. So, here we are going to prove the first two only, because the other one similar to this one. So, no need to worry about the proof of this one. Let us prove the first 1 and 2. The first identity in the ninth set of property is sin inverse of x is equal to cos inverse of root of 1 minus x squared if 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 1. That is, x belongs to the closed interval 0 to 1. This condition holds. This is the identity, first identity. Let us prove this. In order to prove this, let us take sin inverse of x to be theta. So, by definition, we have x is equal to sin theta. You know that sin inverse means it is domain should be minus 1 comma 1, and it range is closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, right. Now, as x belongs to the closed interval 0 to 1, and that interval lies in this closed interval minus 1 comma 1, clearly x belongs to this domain, and therefore sin inverse of x is equal to theta is well defined. Okay. Now, as by the given condition x lies between 0 to 1, that is, x belongs to the closed interval 0 to 1, by taking sin inverse throughout, we have sin inverse of 0 is less than or equal to sin inverse of x is less than or equal to sin inverse of 1. Now, what is sin inverse of 0? Sin inverse of 0 is 0, and sin inverse of x is equal to theta by our assumption, and sin inverse of 1 is nothing but pi by 2. This means that theta belongs to the closed interval 0 to pi by 2. That is, theta lies in the first quadrant. In the first quadrant, cos theta is positive. Okay. So, in order to prove cos theta is positive, we have taken the given condition, right. As cos theta is positive, that is, it is lies in the first quadrant, it is acute, we can also express that cos theta is equal to root of 1 minus sin squared theta. Now, replacing sin theta by x, we have cos theta as root of 1 minus x squared. Okay. And hence, theta is equal to cos inverse of root of 1 minus x squared. Now, what is theta? Theta is equal to sin inverse of x, and it has been well defined, and therefore, replacing theta by this one we have sin inverse of x is equal to cos inverse of root of 1 minus x squared, where x belongs to the closed interval 0 to 1. Okay, this is the proof of the first identity in property number 9. Now, what is the second one? Second one is sin inverse of x is equal to minus cos inverse of root of 1 minus x squared if minus 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 0. That means that if x lies between minus 1 to 0, sin inverse of x is also expressed as minus cos inverse of root of 1 minus x squared. So, in order to prove this, as usual, let us take that sin inverse of x is equal to theta. So, this implies that by definition we have x is equal to sin theta, right. Now, as in the previous proof, minus 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 0 implies sin inverse of minus 1 less than or equal to sin inverse of x less than or equal to sin inverse of 0. Sin inverse of minus 1 is nothing but minus pi by 2, and sin inverse of x is theta by assumption, and sin inverse of 0 is 0. That means that theta belongs to the closed interval minus pi by 2 to 0. Minus pi by 2 to 0 means theta lies in the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, cos theta is positive. Therefore, we can write this as cos theta is greater than 0. Okay. So, in the previous case, we proved that cos theta is greater than 0 as theta lies in the first quadrant. Here, theta belongs to the fourth quadrant, and hence cos theta is positive. Moreover, cos of minus theta can also be expressed as cos theta, and as cos theta is positive, we can write cos theta as 1 minus sin square theta, root of 1 minus sin square theta. Now, replacing sin theta by x, we have 1 minus x squared. Therefore, minus theta is equal to cos inverse of root of 1 minus x squared, or theta is equal to minus cos inverse of root of 1 minus x squared. Now, replacing theta by sin inverse of x, we have sin inverse of x is equal to minus cos inverse of root of 1 minus x squared, where x belongs to the closed interval minus 1 comma 0. So, this is the proof for the second identity in this ninth set of property. Similarly, we can prove the other results. Okay. Then 10th property, this is the last one. In this we have two identities. The first one is 3 sin inverse of x is equal to sin inverse of 3x minus 4x cube, where x belongs to the closed interval minus 1 by 2 to 1 by 2. And the second identity is 3 cos inverse of x is equal to cos inverse of 4x cube minus 3x, where x belongs to the closed interval 1 by 2 comma 1. Okay. Let us prove the first one. So, to start with, let us take sin inverse of x to be theta. So, by definition, we have x is equal to sin theta, right. So, as a sin inverse has a domain minus 1 comma 1 and the range is the closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Here x belongs to, given x belongs to the closed interval minus 1 by 2 to 1 by 2, which is contained in the closed interval minus 1 comma 1. Therefore, clearly x belongs to the domain, and hence sin inverse of x is well defined. So, this implies that sin inverse of x is well defined, right, as it clearly belongs to the required domain. So, as x belongs to the domain minus 1 comma 1, which implies that theta belongs to the closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay. Now, let us take sin 3 theta. So, what is sin 3 theta? This is equal to 3 sin theta minus 4 sin cube theta. This is the formula for the multiple angle 3 theta, sin 3 theta. Okay. Now, replacing sin theta by x, we have 3x minus 4x cube, or 3 theta is equal to sin inverse of 3x minus 4x cube. So, as sin inverse of 3x minus 4x cube is equal to 3 theta. So, and theta belongs to the domain range minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Sin inverse of here, it is well defined. Therefore, theta can be replaced by sin inverse of x. So, this holds good as theta belongs to the required range. Okay. Therefore, replacing theta by sin inverse of x, we have 3 times sin inverse of x is equal to sin inverse of 3x minus 4x cube, and hence the proof. Similarly, we can prove the second result by taking cos 3 theta. Okay. So, similar proof for the second one. So, that is all about the properties, and one remark is here, that means that what is sin inverse of cos x. So, we have seen already that sin inverse of sin x or sin inverse of x or 3 times sin inverse of x or 2 times sin inverse of x. Okay. So, this is somewhat different, that is sin inverse of cos x. So, what would be its value? Sin inverse of cos x. Sin inverse of cos x can be expressed as pi by 2 minus x if x belongs to the closed interval 0 to pi. Okay. But if x does not belongs to, the 0 to pi means what happened to sin inverse of cos x? This will be equal to pi by 2 minus y, where y belongs to some y, that is where some y belongs to the same closed interval 0 to pi, such that cos x is equal to cos y, that is the corresponding cosine values should be equal. So, you have to find another alternative angle in the same interval, closed interval 0 to pi, such a way that their cos values are equal. Okay. So, why we have taken 0 to pi? Because here cos x for principal domain for cos x is 0 to pi. Therefore, we have given that x belongs to 0 to pi. If x does not belongs to 0 to pi, you have to find another an angle 0, y belongs to that one, such that their cosine values are equal, and therefore, it will be equal to pi by 2 minus y. Okay. Similarly, cos inverse of sin x, right? Cos inverse of sin x is equal to pi by 2 minus x, where x belongs to which domain? Here as it is sin x is given, it belongs to the closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay. And if this x does not belongs to the closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 means we have to find out another y in such a way that it is equal to pi by 2 minus y, where y belongs to the same interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, such that sin x and sin y will be equal. So, you have to find another alternate angle in the same interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 whose cosine values are equal, and therefore, cos inverse of sin x is equal to pi by 2 minus y in that case. Okay. See, dear children, that is all about the properties. In the next video, we will see the examples under this, okay, under this concept.